I'm Priscilla Monti in Virginia Beach, Virginia, at the Edgar Cayce Association for Research and Enlightenment, where tens of thousands of people come every year from all over the world seeking inner peace. But what did Edgar Cayce's readings reveal about the hope for the world coming from Russia?
And this here is our education center. I'm going to take you into the Edgar Cayce Foundation just to show you some of the Edgar Cayce memorabilia and the archives.
Kevin Tedeschi is the executive director of the Edgar Cayce Association for Research and Enlightenment.
Not a lot of people come here. This is actually the vault. It is a room that's surrounded by cement on 6 sides.
He gave us an insider's tour of the facility.
This is the original Edgar Cayce readings over here, and this is Edgar Cayce's desk.
But when Edgar Cayce was alive and working in Virginia Beach in the 1930s, he did not use his desk for his prophecies and spiritual guidance, but rather his couch.
Edgar Cayce would put himself in a trance state by laying down on his back, and a conductor, usually his wife Gertrude, would give him a suggestion. That's why he's called the sleeping prophet, because he would go to sleep and give these readings that helped thousands of people.
Tedeschi also gave us an insider's look into the mind of Edgar Cayce and his 14,306 readings.
Cayce talked about 10,000 different topics. People just like you and I, 70, 80, 90 years ago, asked Cayce questions about the very things that were bothering them, the very things that bother people today.
Among those 10,000 different topics was Russia.
On 2 occasions, he described Russia as the hope of the world for 2 very different reasons. And Cayce, there asleep on the couch, said that eventually out of Russia would come the hope of the world in terms of religious freedom. On another occasion, he was asked about the relationship between the United States and Russia. And he said again that out of Russia comes the hope of the world, guided by its friendship with the United States. And what he meant by that, he goes on to say, is that if you took essentially the freedom that people think of in the United States, and then you take the Russian concern, let's say the state's concern for people, for individuals, that everybody's taking care of in some way, and if you merge those two, that somehow would become the hope of the world. That everyone having freedom, but at the same time being very much concerned on what was happening for everybody else.
Cayce called this sending out collective vibrations. Many believe those vibrations are felt here in the spa that uses many of his ideals for treatment, such as cleanses, massages, and hydrotherapy, or the cafe that serves fare like salads and juices to follow Cayce's belief in nurturing and healing the body holistically. Students come here from all over the world. Shanika Carter is originally from the Virgin Islands.
It's a healing place. It's a place where we can be educated. It's a place where we can be free. It's a place where we can love. It's a place where we can find out about ourselves. It's a place where we can transform.
In Edgar Cayce's day, this was a swimming pool, but he is no longer here to give readings and advice. So now they have this labyrinth. It's built to represent the journey of the soul. They believe if you ask a question when you start the labyrinth, by the time you get to the end, you'll have your answer.
People also come to us because I think lots of times people are searching for something, but they don't know what it is. They just feel unfulfilled in some way.
To those who doubt Cayce's ability, Kevin Tedeschi points out clear proof of the sleeping prophet's ability to see the future.
Cayce's response was that there would become an alliance between the Germans, the Japanese, so he predicted World War II before it happened.
But did he foresee what is happening in the world today? And is Russia the hope for peace?
I do think that global terrorism would be seen by the readings as one way that people from the governments of China and Russia and the United States and Europe can all work together.
May peace prevail on earth. Although Edgar Cayce didn't state who the hope would be coming out of Russia to have peace prevail on earth, in his readings he does state that for there to be peace on earth, every person must first find peace within themselves. I'm Priscilla Monti, especially for Central Television.